problem. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have no more of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah.
Boy, you looking like a milk dud. Nigga thought he was Michael Jordan. Boy, you looking like Blank Man. Boy, you looking like Lil Bill.
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So you.
Hey, y'all, Gravity. Any day above ground, live it. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Friday and your weekend. Once again, we are here to make MAGA's life a living hell. Because that's what we do. They're just so dumb. They make it so easy, do they not? That's right. MAGA and the conservatives and the Republicans went and stooged themselves off again. They are pissed off that the New York City mayor, Zohran Mamdani, followed the law. This was the perfect opportunity for him to go rogue. He could have showed up with the Brinks trucks, have cash in hand, paying people to shovel snow throughout the 5 boroughs. But he decided to use federal law. Make sure people had ID and say who they are. Cut down on fraud. Something that has been done in that city for years. And they got upset, not realizing that little thing that he did, very minuscule, called follow the law, what it did was expose them for the fact that A, they don't know anything about the government and or civics, and B, that they're just bootlicking trolls who know nothing about government and or civics. And a plethora of other things from New York City came out that we're going to take a look at, just to show them also that they don't understand the law. But before we get into all that, let's see who's in the building. Reparations Nation, hello. DSA, hello. Wallow J, hello. GDS, hello. Reginald, hello. Stream Elements, bot you asshole, hello. Emperor Rex, hello. And for those who haven't said anything in the live chat or comments, hello. And yes, Wallow J, I saw your thing yesterday. I forgot to do it, so we'll do it here. Thank you for being a member for how long it was. That's a blessing. And you get this here.
I am overwhelmed.
All right. So as I said, we're going to look at all that, and we're going to have fun. But we have to do the customary house cleaning because there's a lot of videos we're going to have to look at. So let's get into it.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now,
you know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
All right, so we're going to start here. Now, this was about a week ago when New York first got hit with snow. The right wingers got pissed off because Mamdani did those press conferences to let people know what's going on. And he said something in there that triggered them. And they didn't get the plan. This is a long game. When you play politics, this is a long game. So let's see what Mamdani said.
Get to work! You too can become an emergency snow shoveler.
I don't think that we should underestimate what that could mean.
Just show up at your local sanitation garage between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. tomorrow with your paperwork, which is accessible online at nyc.gov/snow, and you can get started right away.
In some people's mind, that means, well, you're going to have to Xerox or photocopy your ID to send it in to prove you are who you are.
Just show up at your local sanitation garage between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. tomorrow with your paperwork.
There's no Kinko's, there's no Office Max near them. Be clear about who you have in mind and what would be required of them to prove who they are.
Those who want to do more to help your neighbors and earn some extra cash.
Of course, people have to prove who they are, but not in a way that makes it almost impossible for them to prove who they are.
Okay, so Megyn Kelly once again shows how stupid she is. So basically, she just said that in those, because I know what this was aimed to. This was aimed to the low-income neighborhoods. They can't get to a FedEx or a Kinko's. I didn't even know Kinko's was still around, but okay. To photocopy your ID. I guess she forgot that there's a thing called, I don't know, public libraries. Okay. All right. I mean, it only costs about 10 cents. I don't know what it is. When I left, it was 10 cents still. So, but all right. She puts this up. She thinks she did something impressive. So this says the identification policy has drawn attention on social media, particularly in light of Mamdani's political affiliations. Here's a member. He is a member of the New York chapter of the Democratic Socialists of America, an organization that has publicly opposed voter ID laws, including the SAVE Act. The DSA website states, our candidates for office stand firm against racist voter ID laws and secret poll taxes like the Save America Act. Several public figures and commentators reacted online. Of course they did. Caroline Levitt also responded briefly with, referencing the identification requirement. Comedian and Fox News host Jimmy Fallon, or Fila, whatever. He's a comedian. I've never heard of this dude, but okay. This is Jim Snow 2.0. There you go. Jim Snow. Jim Snow. Jim Snow. In a separate comment, he added Zohran Mamdani requiring 2 forms of ID to be a voluntary shoveler for the blizzard. This is Jim Snow 2.0. Okay. Actor Remy, because he don't go by Rappaport no more. We just gonna call him Remy. Shared his reaction on X, writing, Zohran the moron tells New Yorkers to pick up a shovel and help during tomorrow's snowstorm. So not only is he raising rent and robbing their retirement, now he's making us work to pay for the free rent and free buses. Become an emergency snow shoveler. Show up tomorrow. Okay. The comments come as forecasts predict up to 24 inches of snow in New York City, with wind gusts reaching 60 miles per hour and snowfall rates of 1 to 3 inches per hour. The identification policy and public relations have become part of the broader online discussion as the city prepares for the approaching winter storm. Okay. So there's that. Right? Okay. We got that. But we know that's not really why they were pissed off. That was part of it. Because again, unless their chosen government, the one that's given to them, is told how to move because they think they tell it to move, they're going to get upset. And they got upset. Yes, they did. Yet, baby, yes, they did. They got upset. But then you look, right? We said we're going to look. Let's see how that worked out, right? I came across a post. Kind of lengthy, but, you know, I think for purposes of this live and us making sure that we understand what was going on out here in the streets. We give you full context on what his plan looked like. So I found this post, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Again, it's lengthy, but I think you'll enjoy it. Pause.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
All right. So this person named Signal, I guess. Okay, fine. They say Zohran Mamdani gave out $35 per hour to shovel snow to any person. So naturally, each sidewalk intersection is now being shoveled by like 7 people. This is exactly how the government operates without thinking about any second order effects. You mean effects, but okay. And also because spending other people's money tax is super duper easy. Show me the incentives and I will show you the outcome. Okay. All right. So let's see. Now, I see 4 people there. He said 7. So we already know they can't count, but I understand. 3 people at that intersection. There's 2 there. There's about, I see about 4 there. Maybe 3. Okay, so you see people clearing out intersections. Okay. So, of course, they got almost 6 million views on that. I'm not going to check those comments because the next thing I'm going to show you is this. So this person says, this Peter Moskos, I'm sorry, says, STFU, came out swinging already. I was part of a snow shoveling crew, and yeah, there were 7 of us. So what? What's wrong with that? You do the job and move on to the next for 8 hours. And yeah, sometimes you just stand there and catch your breath. Also, it was $30 an hour. You got a better plan. So he was out there, and he has pictures. He was working. Okay. He says, after 8 hours at 3:47 a.m., our crew of 7 on 36th Avenue had become 3. 2 had called it quits. 2 had gone AWOL. This was us calling it quits. If you think we weren't working hard enough, I'm sorry. Perhaps we can be better next time. Okay, let's see what he said. Woo, that wind is whipping, boy. Now, this white man, now you know better than to be outside without gloves. You know better. All right. So he's showing that he was over there by Queensbridge shoveling snow at 3:45 in the morning. Why not? Do your thing. And there you go. Got to shield the book. I guess he used to be a cop, so he had to shield the book. But that's okay. This person says snow removal should be done with motorized equipment. It's faster, more cost effective, and it won't complain of back pain. What if one of you gets injured? So they say you could scrape ice from ADA compliant curbs with mechanized equipment. Okay. This should be fun. Better plan? Yes, salt. It's working just fine on the asphalt. Stupid comes to mind, but I'll be generous and just say you're wrong. Let's help Noah, shall we? Noah, you're now listening to someone that has shoveled much snow since they were about 7 in New York City. I was around for the blizzard of 93 and 96 and 99 and 2006. It's not as easy as you think it is just dropping down salt. Yes, salt will prevent the ice. You still got to shovel. And then there's that pesky little thing they like to tell you. If you don't shovel and somebody busts their ass in front of your property or your business, you get sued. And you can't go in the court and tell them, well, I laid down salt. They're going to say what that means. Plus, if you do it correctly, you build muscle. But of course, these are lazy white supremacists. They would rather pay a kid to do it while they're sipping on their no-taste hot cocoa because they saw a TikTok video as such. But okay. You do know there's an entire department dedicated to keeping streets clear of snow, right? It's called the Public Works Department. But because Mamdani is so bad at finances and planning, he had to ask people to do a job he already pays people for. There is no department by that name in New York City. Thank you. I'm glad he said that because we don't have a Public Works Department. Public Works? Public Works? Kara, where are you? I saw you in here. Good morning, beloved. He say, us New Yorkers got something called Public Works. Oh my God. Public Works? What is that? Oh my God. I see why they hate New Yorkers so much. Oh no. Oh no. Public words. We don't even call it that. We just what we say is just the city. Public works. As long as I lived in New York City, we never called it public works. But okay. Thank you. The Public Works Department closed in 1967. They just ferreted everything that was under it, sanitation. The people that go down the manholes, they just gave them their own separate departments and their own separate budget. Public Works. Not much public. Thank you. We say 311. Your power go out in your building, call 311. As much as they hate New York, they want New York to be part of America where everybody else got public works. But okay, let's move on. I think we had our laugh for a little bit. Have you not heard of snowblowers? One machine would have done it in 30 minutes. Why give them shovels? Give them spoons. Because we got the job done and snowblowers can't scrape ice. Yes, because guess what happens when you got a snowblower or one of those snow machines and you get ice stuck in it? Yeah, you got to sit there and chip it out. Do not put your hands in there, motherfuckers. Because I know some of y'all are dumb like that. You got to chip it with ice and hope that thing starts again. Now what? And then if it don't start, now what? You got to go load it back up on wherever you transported it in and then go bust out them shovels anyway. Because you think New York City got enough money to have a snowblower for each of these teams across 5 boroughs, many a neighborhood, and expect them to operate it correctly. So you want them to have to also do an insurance liability on that. Huh? No, that is not Shane Gillis on the thumbnail. That is an AI generated image of a MAGA person. But good morning nonetheless. Better plan, invest in more machines and city infrastructure like in the good old days. See, I told you they don't love their government. They're the same ones who said that the government spends way too much money on non-essential things. Now you want them to go buy machines and city infrastructure for a season that lasts about 4 to 5 months. So after that season is over, you're still going to have to pay for the maintenance of those machines. And the way the weather's been up top and around the nation, you may not be able to use that again until late February again. So that's a whole year. See? So instead of empowering the people to clean up their own neighborhoods, you want the government to come in and buy infrastructure and buy machinery to pay the people that they are already paying. How does that make sense? But then y'all the same ones that say I could do it for cheaper. Common sense. I'm not against people lending elbow grease, but it does seem a little ridiculous to pay people back their tax dollars while taxing them again. Motherfucker, they do that to you every day. They do it to you every day. They're not this slow, right? They're slower, but they're not this slow. Okay. Of course, it's more redistribution. So Peter says, is it better to buy more trucks and hire more union sanitation men for the 3 times in a decade storm? Maybe, I don't know. Sanitation workers already told y'all they capping out at 15, 20 years. They don't want to be sitting in their trucks for 12 hours plowing snow. I should know. I dated a girl whose father worked for the sanitation department. When they had their blizzards, they're doing 12-hour rotations. I don't think you want to be sitting in a car, in the cab of a garbage truck for 12 hours, driving up and down the street. I love how people are getting mad that he asked citizens to clean up their own neighborhoods. That's the prevailing thought that I can't get out of my head. They're pissed that the mayor told them to clean up their own cities, to clean up their own neighborhoods. How do you get mad over that? Someone's got to explain this to me. But I understand it. These were the same people 6 years ago that were begging the government to get them money. They was begging Trump to give them money for the scandemic. Begging. Now here we are. They're pissed off now that he's going to have to probably give back that money to them corporations, which we on here told you that he was going to do that when they struck down them tariffs. He's going to give it back to them corporations. Now they upset about that. But you upset that he's giving money back to the corporation, but you're not happy that Mamdani is giving a local politician is giving money back to the citizens. But y'all want a tax refund. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just curious, who directed you? Was there a city employee who told you where to shovel and organized everything? He said it was pretty haphazard. We were basically given a shovel and a high-vis vest and told to get it to it. Clear intersections, hydrants, bus stops, 21st Street from 34th Ave to Queensbridge. Those who had done it before kind of took charge. Okay. Did you have to produce a form of ID and prove you are a legal resident to get this job, Peter? Yes. Okay. Gotta love the small town where the men go out and just do this for their neighborhoods out of pride. My neighbors race to get their bobcats out, start clearing the elderly. My father did this too, as do I. Payment would have been insulting. Okay, so yes, there's people on blocks that clear out for folk. Okay, they don't ask money. I've done that many times. So what? If people wanted a couple $100 in their pocket, why are you mad that they went to go get the couple $100 in their pocket? See? I told y'all they don't want people empowered. Guess your stupid book didn't sell enough that you don't have to work. What? Huh? You don't know what that man does? But okay. I was a teen shoveling snow with a bunch of others in the neighborhood, and we got the driveways cleared faster than you. So he said, yeah, well, I'm 55 years old, motherfucker. Like, how is this a flex? I don't even understand how that's a flex. Oh no, you're old, and so am I, and I will still shovel snow better and faster than you as well. Okay, why is this a flex? I'm still trying to understand, but y'all get the point. They got upset over that. Empowering people, they got upset. But hopefully you learned something. If you did a dumb job, you thought it was over, hell no. We gonna get to good stuff now. Another controversy came out of this quote unquote historic blizzard. You know what that controversy was? Them cops. Oh yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. You see a thing named police, politician. Me not trust none of them boy, the road boy. Remember.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in
fam. If you ever want to see MAGA red like they hat, them cops. The same cops 6 years ago that were going after folk and they said it was wrong. Now they back to defending them cops. Because in lieu of this blizzard, you know what New Yorkers do if you're from the area. We go out and have fun. We go to the park. We throw snowballs on the street. If you're lucky enough to have a cop car pass by, you throw snow at the cop car. Things of that nature. They claim, MAGA, that a cop was in the hospital due to injuries from having snow thrown on him. And I asked the question, since when did the New York Pig Department get so soft? But we know the answer. It was a whole bunch of immigrant cops that come in here and they figure it was an easy lick getting a city job. And they not that tough because you're dealing with a different breed from whence you came. New Yorkers, we are different. We were built different. This is light. If you're a real New Yorker, you went through blizzards, Hurricane Sandy, heat waves, blackouts. You have been forged by the fire that was cooled by the Hudson River, where Jimmy Hoffa probably is. But that's okay. You saw those towers fall and you went to work the next day. You see someone get stabbed, you got off at your stop on the train. This right here does not bother us. But apparently people who ride on the right side who don't live in New York City got triggered because of what you're about to see.
Get to work!
Get them. Get them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That cop ain't won no parts. Fat ass Sami Zayn didn't want no parts of that man that hit him in the back of the head with the snowball. No parts. Look at these cops. They got about 200 and something pounds on them and they soft. Oh, you ain't want to see the Asian?
How you a cop and you snitching?
How you a cop and you snitching? Look, he calling for backup. This one right here. Fat ass Sami Zayn half brother over here calling for backup over some snow.
You good? You good?
Well, you good?
You okay?
You good, son? How you gonna take my man's shovel? He ain't even doing nothing. How you take my man's shovel? Give my man back the shovel. That niggas can't be this soft. Shout out to this chick in the hot dog outfit. This is New York. Now, yes, I know. A whole bunch of immigrants running through the thing and making it worse. I know. But this is New York. We F with the police all day, every day. Twice on Sunday, 4 times on a holiday. Come on now. So there was that. That triggered MAGA. That went super viral all over the place. So the Detectives Endowment Association puts out a statement. They said, via Scott Monroe, what we saw in Washington Square Park today was not harmless fun. It was a deliberate, outrageous, and dangerous attack on uniformed police officers. The Detectives Endowment Association is calling on Mayor Mamdani and District Attorney Bragg to ensure every individual responsible for this illegal behavior is prosecuted. No free pass, no get out of jail free card. Make no mistake, detectives will do what they always do. They will identify those involved and they will apprehend them. Our men and women in blue deserve to be safe. They deserve to be protected and they deserve to be respected. They earn it every single day. And you locked off the comments, you pussies. Now, Church, you from the West Coast. Them type of questions, you don't ask. You don't ask. You let it happen. So the DEA in NYPD was upset that uniformed cops got snow thrown at them. Okay, well, you know what? I would like to look at the Detectives Endowment Association, and I would like to up the ante, because since you want to identify citizens who threw snow at them cops, I would like for you to do an investigation on this.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in
this here. I would like those cops to be identified and given a rip. They were throwing snowballs at each other. That is assault on a police officer. Not only do I want the rip, I want them to have their badge and guns taken and their second guns, and I want them on modified desk duty pending an investigation. That's what I want. Since the Detective Endowments Association wants to go prosecute regular citizens for playing with cops, I want them identified. They are a danger to society. If they're willing to throw snowballs at other cops, they're liable to throw bullets at citizens.
Y'all trying to get me go to hell.
I think that's fair, no? Then we have this video. It's always the 2A idiots. This 2A idiot said, NYPD heroes who died protecting New York City are spinning in their graves. They gave everything for the city. Now it's snowball fights at cops and zero respect. From 9/11 fallen to officers lost in 2025, their sacrifice deserves honor, not humiliation. It's so sad we've lost NYC. We've lost New York City. That's what he said. We've.
Who is we? Who is we?
Let's see. Now, this is Washington Square Park.
Get some. Get some. Get some.
I guess the DEA wants to identify everybody in this crowd, huh? Okay. Soft. How you this soft? It's snow. Y'all can't be that soft. Okay, so since the DEA wants to go outside, right? Since they want to go outside, I want this cop identified because he triggered these kids in 2018 to throw snow at them. I want them identified. Go ahead. And go. Get him.
Not him.
Get that cop. That's right. According to the DEA, all these children need to be identified and prosecuted to the fullest extent of New York City law. Get some. Get them. That's right.
Get him on the ground. No, get him. Get some more snow.
Get some more snow. He said it. Oh, damn. This kid need to work on his aim, but I get it. I let him pass. He's a kid. And yes, this is East New York for those who don't know. I'm gonna beat your butt. That's what he said. Yo, that girl in the red really don't like police. I think she the ringleader. God damn, she go for headshot.
See, they not, this is not even our That's what's up, y'all. Good job.
Get some. Oh my gosh, she aiming for the face now. Get some. Look. Now I want these cops prosecuted. They're giving out bribes. Look at them. And we know if you're from New York City, you know how East New York was back in the 80s. They were sitting there paying off drug dealers and all that. 75th precinct and all them, 73rd. Hey, they're giving out bribes to them kids so them kids don't file complaints. I want them arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
You got plastic gloves on. How you gonna play in the snow with plastic gloves? All right.
Look, them cops bought them gloves.
Wait up, Ish. Yep, that's for you. You want the black one?
Thank you.
Look, them cops made about 6 to 7 new criminals. That's how MAGA looks at this. And this one right here is a snitch. She said that's her mom. So her mom gonna get arrested now, according to MAGA. She need to get arrested because she set them kids up to do this.
Mom, hi. Yeah, Mom.
Church of Black Power, you making too much goddamn sense. Making way too much goddamn sense. What am I saying? I said what I said. If we're going to prosecute people for throwing snowballs at cops, then we need to prosecute them cops for throwing snowballs back at the people. I don't see what the problem is. Oh, we got more. Now, I know y'all going to get upset at this because, you know, again, immigrants took over New York City. We know. We understand. Yeah, y'all gonna get upset at this. So I understand.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
Now there's music, so I had to turn down the volume, but yeah, I guess as we said again, the immigrants had to get into it. So let's see what they're doing.
Get to work.
Now that Negro know damn well he ain't supposed to be outside without no shirt on. This motherfucker from the Dominican Republic, I guess he don't know, but he got it. By the way, I want y'all to pay close attention to this kid right here. Well, young man. We will see him later. This one right here on the right-hand side underneath the Instagram logo. We will see him very soon. Get some. There he goes again. That was the cop that that was running away with the rest of them in that last video we saw. Not the kids, the one before that. Get some. This fat ass Sami Zayn and his half brother again. That looks like Mamdani. I think that kid need to be arrested. According to MAGA logic, that kid need to be arrested. He was throwing snow at cops. Jason, you better talk to him. We stay throwing it at them cops, especially when their cars came down the block all day. Get some. My nigga threw a whole shovel's worth of snow to the roof. New Yorkers are built different. How did this motherfucker get in the tree? And why are you in the tree, sir? Look at that. Oh, wait, MAGA. I know, I get it. MAGA. Come in. I get it. This is assault on government property. You want everybody arrested. I get it. All right. So that's what MAGA wants. Mass arrests. They want hella perp parades. Perp walk parades. That's what they wanted. Oh, George, you're making too much sense. And I'm glad you said that because we're going to transition now. Tabernacle. Now, if you saw this, cool. If you didn't, we'll explain it. Remember that kid I told you to look out for? Do you know they arrested him? Because, again, the videos went viral and cops getting hit with snowballs. They had to get somebody, and it's Black History Month, so they had to get themselves a West African immigrant named Gunsman. I guess his name is Gunsman or Goosamane Coulibaly, and to arrest him because he had a snowball that big and he threw it at them cops. So NYPD News says this morning the NYPD arrested Goosamane, I don't know what his name is, or Gusmani Coulibaly, 27 years old, for assaulting our officers earlier this week at Washington Square Park. Mr. Coulibaly was previously arrested less than 3 weeks ago for an attempted robbery in the transit system. Okay, so he's a whole degenerate who was out on bail and threw snow at cops. And because the whole park threw snowballs at them cops, you had to find the one black face. Well, melanated immigrant face, and arrest him so you can make it look like, say, you was doing something. Well, that's interesting because there has been a development. And MAGA's not too happy about the development. Are you ready for the development? Cal, is you ready? Here is your development.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Here we go. PBA President Patrick Hendry said the officer involved is currently out of work and recovering for what he described as a long list of injuries following snowballs thrown at Washington Square Park. Really? Let's see. They say a cop was put in the hospital over some snowballs.
Get to work!
Okay. I'm Larry.
For those who live in New York City and the surrounding areas, you know how the PBA presidents love to be in front of them cameras when one of their cops get injured. The cop could be running after a suspect and twist their ankle. They going outside doing a 30-minute press conference.
Patrick Hendry, President of the Police Benevolent Association. You know what we saw in this courtroom? We saw a 27-year-old adult. So the notion that this
Why does he look like James Woods?
was a playful snowball fight obviously is not true. This was a grown adult that was here. Our police officers went to this location. on the rooftop for a disorderly group, came down, and they were surrounded by hundreds of individuals who then attacked our police officers. So yes, in this case here today, we're grateful that there were some charges, but we need to ask the question, because the video is clear as day actually, that this individual threw a snowball packed with ice, blasted our police officer in the face.
Wow. Because that's never happened in the history of snowball fights. You get hit in the face with a snowball with ice in it. Are you serious right now? I told y'all they love them some cameras, boy. Fam. Now, remember the first video we saw with fat ass Sami Zayn? We'll get back to that press conference in a second. I want y'all to tell me how this should constitute an assault charge.
The NYPD making an arrest in Monday's snowball attack on police in Washington Square Park. The 27-year-old Guzman Kolabali is under arrest for his role in Monday's attack that left 2 New York police officers injured. Kolabali is no stranger to police. He was arrested just a few weeks ago for an attempted robbery in the transit system. You'll remember this is how Mayor Mamdani described Monday's incident.
I can just tell you from the video I saw, it looked like kids at a snowball fight.
To be fair, I thought he was a kid too until I saw his age. He looked like a teenager.
The governor of New York was asked about Monday's attack and said this.
Our police officers put themselves in harm's way every single day, and there is no circumstance where it's okay to throw anything at a police officer, so that is appropriate.
The NYPD making an arrest in Monday's snow.
I tell you, I can't believe these cops are this soft. Real quick, he made another appearance.
Shot took snowball fight. What the fuck is going on? You're not from New York.
Nigga, you not from New York. Cut it out. You not from New York. We heard the accent right when you started breathing. You're not from New York.
Shot took snowball fight. What the fuck is going on? You're not from New York. I feel bad. Fuck Boston. Ain't no little snowball stop. I ain't never seen no shit like this. We're making babies.
We making babies. That's what he said. I know. The immigrants took over. I know.
Free pre-rolls. Fuck you, man.
Fuck Jeffrey Epstein. Michael Jackson didn't do shit.
I'm not no emergency shoveling, nigga. Fuck Canada. Yo, he fucking the snowman. I'm about to slide and shoot. They call me Tom Cruise in my hood.
Fuck ice, nigga.
How the fuck you got you getting up there? Shit me.
They tried shutting us down, but we still out here and we still lit.
That they said they couldn't get none of the other brown people. They had to go find a black face, and they said, "Okay, you come in. You got a charge on you. Come in." All right. You said somebody threw a snow boulder.
Yes. Yes.
And it was beautiful. Go ahead, Mr. Hendry. Tell us more.
Get to work! So why was an assault 2 charged? Why was harassment charged? Why do they feel that didn't cause an injury to our police officer, which
he clearly kept walking and moving around. How the hell was he injured? Him and his partner. How was he injured? He kept it moving.
clearly has an injury below his eye, the same eye that they talked about. Why is this being downplayed right now? We need answers, because it's clear as day right now, as we all know, that this was no few kids getting together, snowball fight. This was an attack on the uniform that these police officers wear so proudly.
I gotta stop him there. See, this is where white supremacy start telling them lies. Sir, they organized that. The city actually organized that. I know. You didn't want to tell the news that, now did you? Why did you have a bunch of cops there if the thing wasn't organized? And you only had about, what, 6 cops from what I heard? And just to show you how diabolical the news is, all of them got on code. Doesn't matter if they're left or right, they all got on code because they found a black face. I'm sorry, a melanated immigrant face to make the poster of how bad this was, even though it was just people out there having fun. Hey, did you want to tell them, Mr. Hendry, that there was an incident at the one in Central Park, but you didn't want to post that because that was more white faces and Hispanic faces? You didn't want to mention that one, now did you? Oh, just because I don't live in New York don't mean I don't still have ears to the ground up there. Oh, by the way, this ain't the first time that's happened. Them having a snowball fight in Washington Square Park. And yes, there were incidents there, but y'all didn't say nothing. Oh. It turned chaotic. A snowball fight turned chaotic. How are these cops these soft? How are they this soft?
Every day. They came after these police officers, pelting them with ice, rocks. The ice was packed with rocks. That's what they were doing. They followed them all the way to the van. So the notion that the mayor is putting off that this was just a few kids having a playful snowball fight, not true. Not true at all. The fact is, this was a blatant attack on the uniform.
How was it blatant?
They wear so proudly every
How
day.
was it blatant?
So we have answers. We need answers to those questions. It was said in court that he was blasted in the face with a snowball to the same eye where he has an injury. Why is an assault 2 being charged in this case? We need that answer from the DA. We need a clearer answer than what they gave in there. Questions?
What's been your communication with the mayor?
I'm sorry?
What's been your communication with him?
No communication. I'm sorry?
Has anyone initiated?
No, there has been no communication, not initiated on his end or my end.
They described the injury as redness to the eye and more pain to the neck. I mean, it didn't sound as serious in the courtroom. Can you describe to us what that injury is really like?
So our police officers, this particular police officer, has basically a welt below his eye.
Oh my God.
Headaches, dizziness, unstable.
Wow, he has a welt under his eye. A welt. A welt. Hey fam, he gonna need a parade procession and a medal because he decided to go outside and work and get hit in the face with a snowball. He got a welt. And yes, church, this was organized by the city because there was the side talk people, that's an Instagram page. They have worked with the city before on organization. How the hell else did they get oh, goodbye Instagram. How the hell else do you get cops out there? See, that's the thing they don't want to tell you. Side Talk be out there all the time doing stuff, and conspicuously them cops be right there. But yeah, if it was such a problem, they would have sat there, right? They would have sat there and said, nobody getting in this park. They've been outside in MSG. They've had stuff in Coney Island all the time. And by the way, the West African, he a whole content creator. But that's okay. That's okay.
On his feet, that's real injuries. So this shouldn't be downplayed. They were hit with rocks, packed in that ice. You know, they saw it. They saw the individuals doing that, and then following them and tormented them as they were going to the van. They were surrounded by hundreds of people. So the notion that this was a playful, that they were just there for a snowball fight is not true at all.
Is Officer Johnson still?
The cops organized this.
Officer Johnson is out sick right now, and he's on the mend.
He's out sick for a welt under his eye. Boy. Wait a minute. And for those who are going to tell me that the cops didn't organize this, let me help you. They say the cops went over there because people were saying that there was a whole bunch of people throwing snowballs in the park, right? Again, one, why didn't the cops have more people in there to throw people out and to stop people from going in the park? And number two, why did they take responsibility for that by going in there and fucking with people? They could have trespassed everybody in there. No, it wasn't a setup. People follow that Side Talk Instagram page and he said, yo, meet up in Washington Square Park. Let's throw snowballs. And people went. The cops knew who Side Talk NYC is. They saw that. They didn't move until people started posting videos, and then a couple people said there was a whole bunch of people throwing snowballs in the park, which you know is probably some white liberal. But if it was really a serious situation, they would have had the whole precinct in there throwing people out. They didn't throw nobody out. So even that just proves that the cops didn't even want to be there. Yes, this was a setup by them cops. Them cops was pissed that they had to work that blizzard. And to justify them being out there, they had to get an arrest. And they arrested a content creator. Because again, there was everybody else doing the shit to him, but they picked out him. And they was violating Some of them Hispanics in there were violating.
But he's injured, and
He's
dealing with those
injured.
injuries right now as we speak.
What can you tell us about Officer Johnson?
I'm sorry, I don't know who said what. I'll let him go first, please. Yeah.
What can you tell us about Officer Johnson? How long has he been on the force? How old is he? Is he the only one that's out from these injuries?
No, there's 2 officers out right now. Another police officer. He's a young police officer on the department, hardworking, good cop, and you know, he's right now he's on the mend. And but you know, again, you know,
From
they explained it
snowballs.
is that this was an attack on them. That these
How was this an
individuals
attack
came
on
at
them?
and they were packing this ice and they threw it at intentionally because of the uniform.
Can you describe the other injuries?
Are you fucking serious? He's not serious.
He has injuries to his head, to his back, to his nose. Pain, substantial pain, and he's recovering. Same thing. He has some dizziness and staying on his feet, headaches. Last one.
Headaches.
Basically, you know, from the information that we gathered, that's what they were doing. They were packing it. You know, the ice with putting rocks in there, and that's what we believe at this point.
The social media aspect.
Oh, that's what you believe. That's what you believe. Ah, that's what you believe. Okay.
That this particular defendant was often on social media. Do you feel like there are problems with the way social media is interacting with young people? And I know he's 27, but how young people are interacting with social media to get views?
Well, I mean, the bottom line is here, they surrounded all police officers, and why they all went.
No, they didn't surround them. You see how he's telling that lie? They didn't surround them. Do you know what the term surrounded means? That means you had no means of escape. They were clearly walking away. And you can't defend them cops because they went back to go fuck with people. But go ahead. Tell us more about how they were surrounded.
There, but they surrounded our police officers and they were targeted because they were wearing the uniform and they went after the
Oh
police
my
officers.
God.
This was a blatant attack on our police officers.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Mr. Freeze would have violated. Do you see this? This is what they want. Oh my God. No. Get some. This is Central Park, by the way. Again, there was a fight there. They didn't get nobody. Now I know what they're gonna say. They were just skiing. Oh, you didn't see the other side where they were throwing snowballs at each other? Oh, okay. Okay. But we know why they weren't going to make an arrest in Central Park. We know. We know. The face of Snowmageddon 2026. MAGA, y'all can't be serious. Y'all can't be. Y'all trolling us right now. And they're upset that he got the charges dropped. Get some.
Oh, fuck are you doing? fuck is you doing? Yo. What is you doing? Nigga, did you just smack me with a car?
So y'all ain't gonna arrest that cop for hitting that man with that car, right? Okay. All right.
What is you doing? Oh! Oh! Yeah! Yeah!
Straight the numbers, baby.
Yeah!
Them cops got surrounded, fam. They surrounded. They ain't got nowhere to go.
Take us, kids.
What?
No pussy. We have a warrant for my arrest, sir.
Oh my God. Yeah! Yeah! Oh my God. Yeah! 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 Oh, go home, nigga! Go home! Go home! Go home! Go home! Go home! What you talking about? No. Hey. Goodbye. No. Oh, fuck is you doing? Yo. What is you doing? Nigga, did you just smack me with a car?
I don't know what he talking about, but he got it. Ooh, what this be? Damn, screw it up. I hate. Oh, there go Remy.
This poor bastard ain't getting out.
Hey, Remy just figured out that if you don't move your car during a blizzard, the snowplows are just gonna come and push that thing up there. You ain't gonna be able to get in your car for a couple of days. That way, when you see them do the plow thing, you got to be out there shoveling. Make sure you can get yourself out.
Till the spring. Look at this dirt. A week after the snowstorm. Look at this dirty hole. Look at this. I don't know what this guy's gonna do. This guy. Call your insurance company. Look at this dirt. Where's the mayor? Clean this up. We got garbage everywhere. Dirty snow. What do you do with this? Where's your shovel now, Mamdani? Look at this. You know how many people fall, break their ankles? Look at this. This is New York. Start spreading the news. And this is on the Upper East Side.
Well, dumbass, why are you in the middle of the street? Number one, you're supposed to be on the sidewalk. But all right. It's Remy.
3 minutes from where the mayor lives. Look at this guy. Look at this.
Wait, what? Don't tell me that.
Look at this.
Don't tell me that. We're going to have more fun. Okay. We're going to have more fun. Don't tell me they had a meltdown over some guy. They had a meltdown over the snow. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Don't tell me that. Is it this one?
Look, I've seen the videos of this snowball fight. I think that it was a snowball fight.
Well, you know, I don't know the mayor. He
Are you serious?
seems like a nice enough guy, but he must.
Get some.
Time out. Pause. They're saying get the F out, and they're assaulting these NYPD officers by throwing snowballs at them. That is assault.
Oh my God. I forgot. He was a cop in Arizona. They couldn't throw snow at them cops. They was throwing sand and rattlesnakes. I forgot. I forgot. They was really getting real rocks. I forgot. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Sir, this is MAGA who's never lived in New York City, don't understand the culture. Just like I don't speak about Texas culture. I ain't never lived there. Just like I don't speak on Arizona culture. I don't live there. I've never lived there. I don't know what they do. But y'all are gonna sit up here and complain that some cops got hit with some snow. Snow. Snow.
It's aggravated assault in the state of Arizona. And
well, this is New York, so it's different laws. See how that works? Tatum Tots. Y'all don't get snow in Arizona, so there's no precedent for that.
they want to let them get away with it. Roll the clip.
Light. This is light. Oh, now he getting aggressive. Get some. Wait a minute. Why he make an arrest right there? He got. Wait a minute. He got Derek Chauvin numbers. Why he make an arrest? Huh. I ain't do nothing. Come on, don't touch me. He said, "Don't touch me. I will slap the fuck out of you." He said it. Get some. Get some. I ain't want the smoke.
I hope all of them people in that crowd that throwing them snowballs, I hope they all burn in hell.
Burn in hell. Do you hear this? Burn in hell for throwing some snow. Y'all still want to tell me that these influencers have your best interests at heart? Burn in hell for throwing some snow. Not for them pedos. Not for them. No zeal for them. No zeal. Burn in hell for all them politicians that sit up there and steal your tax money. People throwing snow at them cops. I didn't say by your minute. I said you don't ask. You just let it happen. I saw that GDS and they all turned on him, as I told you that they were. Correct. There's no. Yeah, he did promise free bus and subway and lower rent, and he lied. What's your point? I already told people what the plan was with Mamdani. He's going to force Trump to fund New York City, especially the MTA. That's why he keeps going to DC kissing his ass. There you go. Script is beautiful. Keep going, Brandon. Tell us more how they should burn in hell.
All right, let's go to the next clip. Let's go to 702. I want to play 702 for Mamdani, and then we'll go back to the conclusion of what actually happened in this. And then I know people are going to be mad at me. I cannot stand these people because they're ruining our country. We have something so good going on in our country, and we're an incredibly blessed nation. These men and women.
Nigga, we're on the verge of this stupid nigga. Tatum Tots. Trump and them are trying to start war with Iran because Iran won't kowtow to their you don't need any uranium, even though they've proven that they're using it for power plants. You want to talk about something? Oh, we have something so good here. If you say Iran is as bad as Trump is saying, why do you want them to have any reason to come fuck with us? And why is your president allowing it? But we have something so good here, right? And there he go, screenshot with the white supremacist hand signal. But I know you asked him that question, he'll be like, Iran, bunch of terrorists. I'm like, okay, they're a bunch of terrorists. So why is your president sitting there fucking with terrorists?
Go out and put their lives on the line to protect and serve and have to see things that people shouldn't even be exposed to seeing,
He's
and have
telling
to
you
deal with
he's on
everybody on their
the
worst
look at the
day,
hand
and the
signal.
respect they get as men and women, fathers and mothers and whatever, sons and daughters, the respect they get is from people who are lawless, that don't add value to this country, to throw stuff at them and treat them poorly. I hate people like that. Look how free.
Do you hear him? Do you hear him? Y'all hear him? Sir, if they were really that lawlessness, they would have flipped them cop cars over. Again, Tatum, New Yorkers can violate you in many ways that you won't like. They didn't do that. But you want to sit, okay, you got it. Go ahead.
These men and women go out and put their lives on the line to protect and serve, and have to see things that people shouldn't even be exposed to seeing, and have to deal with everybody on their worst day, and the respect they get as men and women, fathers and mothers and whatever, sons and daughters, the respect they get is from people who are lawless, that don't add value to this country, to throw stuff at them and treat them poorly. I hate people like that. And I hope that when you die, you go to hell. You terrible, lazy, sorry, no value adding piece of crap that has done nothing for your city. And
35? Are you sure it was only 35? 35. Well, let's find out if you're correct. $35. I didn't realize that. That was in one sanitation garage in Brooklyn. Overall, the city expected to attract 1,400 public shovelers, which is significantly less than previous years. That was one sanitation garage. One. That's what they know. We saw videos of people in Queens and the city shoveling. That's more than 35. More than 1,000 New Yorkers have already signed up to be snow shovelers. The last one we had in January, we had around 500 emergency shovelers. This time around, we had a little over 1,400. That's going to help us clear some of these crosswalks, bus stop areas, fire hydrants, and things like that. Department of Sanitation Commissioner Javier Lojan said. What's your point? Okay, you had 2 IDs. You needed 2 forms of ID to get a New York City ID. What's your point? I don't get your point, Lord Alcatraz. You know what? We're going to have fun this morning. Since you wanted to have these questions, the pay was already 30. But okay. They were doing it for 25 years ago, so they got an extra $5. You think that's why they came outside? Okay. Click that link and prove to us that they only did this for the come up. Which I don't understand why you would be mad about that. It's a job. But come on. Come tell it to us. I think this should be fun. Let's continue with this Tatum video. He over here, he crashing out.
Job working and making a difference, but instead you send out that.
What the fuck do you think they were doing outside? They were working the job, making a difference. Y'all said that the sanitation people weren't out there. They made a difference in their neighborhood. They cleared crosswalks. They cleared streets. They cleared their blocks. I don't see what the problem is. What's the problem? Are you mad that people got empowered? Go ahead.
Throwing snowballs at people who are actually putting their life on the line for something positive. You sorry, dirty son of a gun. I hope
And
you
they
burn
outside
unless you
$19.
turn your life over to Christ. All right, Mom done.
Hold on, sir. They went outside for $19 years ago. What's the problem? Some years they pay $25. What's the problem? You pay people their worth. They go outside and work. What's the problem? Were they supposed to go outside for minimum wage? Huh? You think they were going to go outside for $15 an hour? No. Let me ask you a question. If you sat there and you had all the credentials to be in a management position and they paid you under what that same job is offering, are you taking it? No, you're not. Nobody in this world takes a job just to say, okay, they'll pay me just under. No. That's why when you do gig work, you overpay. You want to make sure you get the numbers out. Sir, you're coping because you're upset that Mamdani paid citizens to go shovel their own block. You're upset. You're on your knees for government, and you're upset that government empowered the people. I hope you feel that way when Trump, after he just did his heel turn on Tuesday, he showed you how much he loved y'all by working with them damn Democrats like Mamdani, bailing them out. I want to see how you feel. I know you would take the basic minimum just to say you would have a job. Most people would never do that. That's an immigrant mindset. You must be from an immigrant background for you to think like that.
If you see him when you die, you probably went to hell. Here, listen to this sorry son of a gun. Roll it.
From the videos that I've seen, it looks like a snowball fight. I think that there were 2 officers who
Snowball
were
fight.
facing lacerations on their face.
What else would you call it?
Look, I've seen the videos of this snowball fight. I think that it was a snowball fight.
The
NYPD says no arrests have been made, but the
Hell
investigation
else was
remains
it?
ongoing.
What was it?
Elections have consequences, Sandra.
Snowball fight.
So what was it?
Snowball fight, he said. But you don't see the cops throwing snow back.
Oh,
that's not a snowball fight. How about we have a gunfight?
There
Unless
it
you
is.
win that one.
See? What did I tell y'all?
I wouldn't even be mad at that.
What did I tell y'all? What did I say about 20 minutes ago when we were looking at them videos? If you was going to get mad at them throwing snowballs, then y'all should be getting mad at them throwing bullets at people. He just said it. He wouldn't even be mad if the cops shot him for throwing a snowball. Shooting people for throwing snowballs. He said it. And y'all still sitting, and you got folk really listening to this man say that. You want to shoot people for throwing snowballs at cops. That's y'all's Tatum right there. One more time for y'all think I'm lying that he didn't say it.
But you don't see the cops throwing snow back. That's not a snowball fight. How about we have a gunfight?
The cops weren't involved in the snowball fight, sir.
Unless you win that snow back. That's not a snowball fight. How about we have a gunfight? Unless you win that one. Okay. I wouldn't
Hold up, sir. So you wanted them 6 cops to pull out their guns. What if them motherfuckers then they had guns? Who you think gonna win that? So he just said, I just want y'all to understand what he just did. He just said that he wouldn't even be mad that cops shoot people for throwing snowballs, but he'd be the same one pissed off if one of them people in there started lobbing bullets at them cops. He just advocated for cold-blooded murder. Cold-blooded murder because of a snowball. So, right, like you say, then Ashley Babbitt deserved what she got. If nothing else, that's Brandon Tatum. He wants the government to shoot the citizens for no reason, no justifiable reason. He wants them to do it just because they can.
be mad at that. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta pray. Y'all pray for me. They making me so mad. I'm trying to. I got the.
Oh,
I got the real
you
side over here, and then I got the
said
side that my
with your
Christian
whole
side want to
chest.
be on. My Christian side says, Brandon, you got to pray for these people and be nice to them. The other side,
I don't want to hear none of this bullshit. You want people to die over a snowball. Own it. It's okay. We get it. We get it. Use government money to kill people. We get it. He said the thug was ambushing. How do you ambush the cop? They don't even know what ambushing is. Oh no. Oh no.
The NYPD has made an arrest in the snowball fight in Greenwich Village.
Oh. They got ambushed? Do you even know what an ambush is?
You have one of the thug criminals being arrested and charged for assaulting the police officer. And we got to talk about
Is this nigga in a robe in a hotel room? Nigga. He looked Nigerian. He looked more Nigerian every day. Wait, what? The comment section didn't agree with him. Don't tell me that. I'm finna go back. Not now. I'm gonna let this ride. Pause.
Story, because this story is ending up like most of these stories end up, where these criminals get arrested and charged and then nothing happens, because you have these woke DAs who have basically said that criminals are allowed to do whatever they want.
What the fuck is he going to arrest him for? Hey, I want y'all to tell me the exact law they were going to arrest him for. So you want to use the government money, and church, you can back me up on this. You want the city to use money to prosecute this kid, well, young adult, for throwing a snowball. I think his robbery charge would take more precedent. They would get more out of it than a snowball. Okay, go ahead.
Including assault police officers, as long as it aligns with the woke agenda. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into an update on this story.
We have an update now on a much discussed story here in the city. The NYPD says it has arrested a man after the snowball fight in Washington Square Park, where several police officers were pelted. 27-year-old Guzman Coulibaly was arrested this morning, and police say he was arrested in the past for an attempted robbery. News Source.
Wow, surprise, surprise. The man that was arrested was charged before the past, or arrested before the past, because of armed robbery, right? Is anybody surprised?
Okay, so armed robbery, throwing a snowball. I didn't know they were the same. I didn't know they were the same thing. Okay. Wow.
By this. Okay, now again, remember, woke socialist mayor Zohran Mamdani told us that this was harmless, that these were just kids, right? Just kids. That's what he claimed.
Chris Glorioso covering it today. He's got reaction from the man's brother. Chris.
Well, the suspect was arrested very early this morning, his brother says, sometime after 4:30 in the morning. But at this hour, he still has not been arraigned. We're waiting here at the courthouse to hear the charges. A short time ago, I did speak with the president of the police union that represents NYPD cops. He said he believes the charge should be assault in the second degree. But as you say, I also spoke to this suspect's brother, who says he doesn't believe snowball throwing could even justify the arrest.
But to be honest, snow fight is snow fight. NYPD was not supposed to be there. People was there to have fun.
Asking us not to show his face for fear of retaliation from police. This man said his brother is Guzman Coulibaly, the suspect accused of throwing snow and ice at police Monday.
Wow.
His brother insisting throwing snowballs was harmless.
They say I heard on the news, which was the police got injured. I didn't see no pictures, no videos, nothing.
You don't think the police were injured?
Nah, they was not injured. How is snow gonna injure you?
Early Thursday morning.
Again, that motherfucker got hit in the back of the head and was still walking around fucking with other people. When the hell was he injured? He dropped to the ground when he got hit. And this man was going around there messing with folk, running after folk. When did he get injured? Remember, this is the same dude, right? They say gave the dude a welt in the eye. How? He hit him in the back of the head.
Doorbell video shows cops approaching.
You know what's funny about that, right? What's funny about that? People asking questions about, well, how can snow injure you? Okay, all right. Maybe, they should do a demonstration, right? Maybe he should allow somebody to pick up the iciest block of snow that they can find, and then
Snow and ice are two different things, sir.
just throw it directly at his face, right? Directly
But he didn't throw it at his face. Jesus Christ.
at his face, okay? Let's see if he believes after that snow can't injure somebody.
That's he. Oh God. Now y'all see why I say this kid is retarded. He's retarded when it comes to the economy. He's retarded when it comes to things like this, called social commentary. The cops used the video that went viral of him smashing a cop in the back of the head. How the hell did he get a welt on the front of his face? And how do you know it was him that did that? I can't listen to no more. I keep telling y'all that forehead is stupid. I keep telling y'all this, and he keeps proving it. Okay. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. You right wingers, boy. These midterms are going to be so much fun. Your hypocrisy is going to show up so blatantly, and you're going to run from it. And we're not going to allow you to do it. Whose comments? His comments? Let me look. Well, of course, his comment section is going to agree with him because they think he's smart. They're all saying, well, that wasn't a snowball fight because the cops didn't throw anything back. The cops weren't involved. Damn. Look, I would never even think to throw a snowball or anything at a cop. Okay. Nobody has snowball fights with law enforcement ever. Shit. Oh my God. The intent was clearly to hurt the officers. Look, they said six.
Say the people who
Did they throw this at cops? And why is a cop holding the snowball? Oops. Why is the cop holding the snowball? I'm just kidding. That's not no cop, but I'm just saying. So you got him, but you arrested him. Who we saw the video. He threw this at somebody else. So why didn't that person lob an assault charge on him? This dude was throwing this at somebody else, not no cop. But I want y'all to notice something. Y'all notice it, right? Because there were white people out there too. But you notice. Y'all got it though. Y'all got it. Mamdani didn't lie. He said what he saw was snowball fight. Let me help y'all. If you walk up in a snowball fight, you're going to get hit. I know it sucks. You're going to get hit. We all did. This is the generation that's coming up. They're soft. Tatum is soft. Forehead is soft. Megyn Kelly is soft. Everybody that went and said that them throwing snowballs at people They're soft. Oh, and if Trump loved them cops so much, how come he ain't say something? That's why you're seeing all these messages come out and they upset. Again, fam, they upset that people got paid $30 an hour to shovel some snow. But would be upset if Mamdani used the city budget to put these workers all the way out past their 12-hour shifts to shovel snow. He empowered the people and gave his city workers a reprieve. And they're upset. William, that same video we were watching, there were white people throwing snowballs at black people. And do you want us to say that's racist? Oh, I get it. You ain't been around folk like that. We've thrown, us black people that have lived in the snow, in snow climates, we've thrown snowballs at white people and we never thought it was racist. They've thrown snowballs at us and we never said it was racist. Why would you immediately go there and think it was racist? Guess it's y'all living up in the race. But okay. They've been soft. NYPD been soft since about 96. Now, again, they're letting in all the immigrants who come from soft backgrounds, and now they going in there. All they want to do is just exercise power. That's why they stay getting roasted. Then they don't know how to handle it. So what they do, they start assaulting folk and arresting folk because they can't go roast back. But again, since we want to arrest citizens for throwing snow at cops, we should arrest those cops that were throwing snow at each other. I think that's fair, right? According to MAGA logic, that's fair. Everybody need to get arrested. But anyway, y'all, hopefully you learned something. If you did a dumb job, if not, I try to be better next time. One more time. Y'all, Tatum Todd said that since they're going to throw snowballs at cops, let the cops shoot them. That's what he said. You heard it twice. Then he want to ask for prayer.
Ain't it funny how even the worst of heathens try to get righteous when they think the Lord is about to tap them on the shoulder?
You better be careful. Most High has a very innocuous way of saying your time is up. I'd be careful with words like that. Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of your Friday. Y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Time's up.
Get your ass up. We gotta get out of here now.
But did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on.
At the end of the day gotta end.
That's it.